All
Hey,
right,
everybody.
Explorers, we are
Welcome.
live. It is February 6th, and we are currently live, but you might be watching this as
2019, in case
a
you forgot the year we're in.
Yes, and we have some very special guests here. But first, I'm Derick.
And I'm Greggory.
And we are
D&G Explorers,
which I don't think you guys can really see it because I have a feeling it's backwards.
Backwards.
So there was a reason behind that, and we'll get into that a little bit. But
it's backwards, but it shows forward for you guys.
For us.
For us, okay.
So we have some special friends with us tonight. They've been great supporters of our channel, and we are going to have fun tonight. But take it away. If you guys can introduce yourselves and your channel, a little bit about your channel.
Okay, guys, so my name is David.
And I'm Aaron.
And we are
The
Adventures of David and Aaron. So basically our channel is about our cruise journeys, our adventures on cruise ships. We are new to the cruise ships within the past year and a half, 2 years. I also like to surprise Aaron with a lot of surprise excursions without telling him, and I'll let you explain a couple of those.
Hot air balloon ride, helicopter tour, and the balloon ride in Florida on Everglades.
Oh yeah, and the Everglades excursion.
I remember that. That was especially the helicopter one. That was really cool.
He's very secretive.
That's the only way to do it.
He's very secretive.
Greg, who do we have with us so far?
Let me get this in here. Okay. Excuse me. So we have Matthew and Lauren, George B, Cargo. Welcome, everybody. And Matthew and Lauren said we want to go live with you guys one day. And I said that would be awesome.
Now, they were our first winners of the prize that we gave away.
Yes. Hey, Paul Wilgus.
Hey, Paul.
Cool.
Paul is going to be going on a cruise really soon here with Tom Henry.
Oh, wow, awesome.
Yeah, so that should be interesting to find out what trouble those two guys get into. So a little bit about our shirts. The reason why they're backwards is when we went live before, now we're using a MacBook Pro, and through the YouTube, if you used an Apple phone, something happened when they did an update and it would make everything backwards. So Jim, our friend from More Sunshine Please, who's been on numerous of our live shows, he sent us a shirt with it being backwards. So if you guys saw it, it would come out the normal way. Well, then about 3 weeks later, there was an update to the YouTube and they corrected it. So now they're backwards, but we thought it was such a humorous thing that we still wear them. And I think it's a great little conversation piece on it. So,
and Tom Henry just came on. Hey, Tom Henry, we were just talking about you and Paul Wilgus going on a cruise together and what mischief and craziness you two are going to get into.
Hopefully you have smooth traveling to your next cruise, not like your last one. So we wish you guys the best of luck. And when is that exactly, you guys? When are you heading out? Other than that, while they're answering that, what did we do this past week, Greg? What exciting surprise did we do?
We went to California Adventures on Saturday and got downpoured on and drenched, but still had an awesome fun time. It was really coming down in Southern California. So
we were going to do a live show, but the rain was so bad that it went inside of our camera case, so we gave up on it. But the one cool thing that we did was we were able to get these glasses, these mugs, which are fitting
different characters
for this. Yeah, so
anchors.
We understand these are now discontinued from there. We found it inside one of the shops inside Disney California Adventures.
Now, what dilly did you put in this? Because I know you warmed up cranberry juice, which I have no idea how that's going to taste.
With a shot of brandy.
Oh,
there you go.
Brandy's good.
It's a little bit of a variation of a hot toddy in there too.
Warm cranberry juice.
Yes. All right. Who else do we have, Greg? And what did they answer?
Tom Henry said air horns at 4 a.m. and knocks on all the D&D doors. Laugh out loud. Adventures Ahead is on.
Hey, welcome, guys.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, guys.
Paul Wilgus said we leave for Puerto Rico 2 weeks from Saturday. Tom Henry, Cindy, and I are off to a Park West function tomorrow for 4 days in Pentagon City. And George B said just call it Crandy. That sounds like
Exactly.
you guys are gonna have some fun things coming up.
So this is not so much cruise related, and if you guys know us, we like to do cruise shows as well as Disney shows.
I like to do everything show.
But on our post that we did on D&G Explorers on our Facebook page, we posted something today which I thought was interesting in Disney history. On this day, they released a Oswald the Lucky Rabbit video cartoon, and it was called The Old Swimming Hole. And Walt Disney and Lillian went on their way from a train from Los Angeles to New York to negotiate a new contract for the Oswald cartoons. Little did they know that because of the way the contract was written, the Oswald the Lucky Rabbit apparently wasn't so lucky because it got taken away from them. They didn't have the rights to it anymore. And they came back on their way home without having a main character anymore. But on that train trip home,
somebody was born.
Yep. They came up with Mortimer Mouse. And depending on what story you hear, Lillian says, I think Mickey sounds better. And to this day, we all know Mickey Mouse. So starting on this day was when that trip began. Yeah. So anytime, just for, you might think you're going through the darkest times, it becomes magical, and you never know what your future will be from that. So I thought that was pretty cool. That events happened today. Yeah. Back in 1928 is when that happened.
That's like J.K. Rowling writing Harry Potter on a train. So kind of the same story there.
There you go. All right, you guys. So
I think we need to try this dilly dilly because we haven't done that. And all your dilly dilly went all over the place.
I don't have anything to wipe it.
Yeah, well, let's do a dilly dilly real quick.
All right,
cheers as we.
Can you get a napkin, please?
Oh no!
You never know.
Things happen.
Yeah, God. You never really know what's going to happen on a live show, especially with us.
Cheers.
The things I say. And the things that I do, but I guess it's all good for now. But so a little bit about today, guys. What we're going to do is we're going to discuss a little bit about the new cruise line, which is coming out. They're slowly releasing more information on it, and it's the Virgin Cruise Line. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. David and Aaron, did you guys have a chance to kind of find things out about it?
Yeah, we did, and I showed Aaron today some video clips. So there's quite a few things on the ship that we're kind of interested in and possibly thinking about selling on it.
Yeah, so we'll go through it a little bit, and then my goal is to get Gregory. Thanks, Greg, for getting the napkin. My goal is to get Gregory to be more open-minded on a Carnival cruise.
Come on, Gregory, you got to go for it.
These guys here have been on, you've only been on a Carnival cruise, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
So we're going to ask some questions.
Love it, Gregory, stop it.
We're going to try to get this guy more open-minded about
open-minded Gregory
going on a Carnival cruise. So with that.
Yeah, I was pretty open-minded on that drink. I think it needs a little bit more brandy in it or something.
Right?
So Virgin is a new cruise line by Sir Richard Branston.
Adriana Ballas.
His last name. Oh, she was on
Michelle
our
Phillips,
our cruise.
Tina the Cruising Librarian.
Our group cruise too.
Taser Travel.
Hey, group cruise or
World Reviewer. Sorry, these are just some new people that came in. Okay, go ahead.
Awesome, guys.
Sherry Awesome Sunsets Travel.
Yay, who I think is just ready to go on a cruise, or she might be back.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah. So it's not too often a new cruise line starts from ground up, and Virgin Cruise Line is doing that. And before they released it saying that their first ship is going to be called the Scarlet Lady, but recently they've come out with more information about it. And on Valentine's Day, you are going to be able to book cruises for their ship when it launches. If I remember right, off the top of my head, I believe the booking will be open for April 2020 and or is it April or through June, I think, 2020?
No, April.
Is it April? Okay.
I believe April.
Yeah, so I think there's a 2-month window that you can do the bookings on it. And so that's going to be exciting. On the 14th, you're going to be able to experience more of a new cruise line. So a couple of things about it as I look at my wet notes now.
Oh, gosh.
So
you skipped the page.
That's because I'm not on the right page.
So Tom Henry said, after Disney and NCL, no reason to try Carnival. Be firm, Greg. Shut down the channel. Laugh out loud. Virgin would be a better goal. I'm open-minded. I just have heard different things, so I'm interested to see what David and Aaron have to say to try to convince me to go on a Carnival cruise one day.
All right, so I'm going to go over some facts, and then we can bounce off some different things, what we think about it, you guys. So the number one uniqueness of this is that it's an adults-only cruise. So no one under 18 years old, which I think is going to be a totally different concept in cruising. They're not going to have a buffet. So that's going to be interesting. Part of it, they'll have...
What? No buffet? What the heck are they thinking?
So it's going to have this will be included in it. They're going to have an unlimited Wi-Fi package. There's going to be no dining cover charges.
Your gratuities, I believe, are included.
Yes, correct. Group workout. So if you're going to do working out, those at the gym, those will also be included. Your basic beverage, which includes filtered still and sparkling water, non-pressed juices, sodas, teas, and dripped coffee. Those will be included. As I think David said, servers, the tips are taken care of for you. And they're going to have 20 plus eateries in there, in the difference between what the restaurants, no main dining room is what they're going to have. So no buffet, no main dining room.
So which is eateries make a buffet.
Correct. What was that, Aaron?
Oh, they didn't mention how much would the cheer package be.
Well, they don't have cheers. That's all.
Drink package.
They did say that they're going to have a specialty drink package, which I'm sure is going to be at a cost, of course, but it's going to be a little bit different than Carnival.
Yeah. So some have gone along with the eateries. I was wondering, because to me, if you're going to go on a port day and you want to get something really quick to eat, if you go into a main dining room, that can take a while. It can take at least an hour to get taken care of, maybe even longer than that. And you might not have the time to, if you have an excursion to do off ship. But they have, it's called the galley, which is their food hall. So it's kind of a buffet, it sounds like, but with different eateries in there. So reading from what it says, more than 8 shops and food carts that change throughout the day. So they'll change from breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They're going to have a bakery, pastry shop, a panini shop, a burger grill, taco shack, sushi bar with bento boxes, a noodle bar, a soup and salad stand, and a 24-hour American diner. And they'll also have the room service too available on it. So that eased myself a little bit. And if there's 20 eateries, I was thinking those are going to be crowded, but there's so many of them. I have a feeling it won't be as long of a wait, hopefully, as what a main dining room is. But I'm a little surprised that there is no main dining room or the buffet. The rooms are supposed to be smart rooms, and this is kind of interesting. You can move the beds around to configure them how you want. So by day, they'll have 2, I think they're 2 twin beds, or they might be 2 full beds, but you can change it to make one of the beds become a couch. You can also eliminate them so they're both put away and you have just a couch in the room to give you bigger space. They're supposed to be sensitive in terms of they know if you're leaving the room. So they'll adjust things. Like, for example, the blinds will shut and the air conditioning goes into energy savings mode. They'll also have things that, because in most cases when you're on a ship, you're not allowed to leave your stuff in and charge it and leave the room. They'll know if you're doing that, and that'll be okay for them to do it. They'll also have like a tablet, a smart tablet that you can use to control different things. I would imagine you can't carry it around with you, that it's going to be kind of like positioned where you can just control it. From that, you can watch movies, you can do a lot of different stuff with it. They're going to have a 43-inch 4K TV, and I think that's it on the smart room. So the rooms are going to be a little bit different style than what you might normally sea. They also have, if I can remember on the top of my head, they're going to have 93% of the cabins will have a ocean view. 86% will have a balcony, which is huge. They will have interior cabins. They don't call them balconies. They call them terrace. So they have a sea terrace, and then they also have some suites. I think one is called like a rock star suite, and then there's a mega rock star suite on it. Obviously, there more to it, and I believe the mega rock star has a butler, which is included in it. So
Michelle Phillips is saying, will they have longer itineraries? I wish there were more 10+ days options.
Correct. Currently, and we'll go ahead and jump into that. Currently, the Scarlet Lady, which is the name of it, is going out of Miami, and it's either going to be a 4 or 5 nights. They've announced that it's going to Miami. I don't see where I wrote it, but it's the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Grand Costa Maya, and there's one more which they said is a secret that they haven't announced yet. Some of the interesting things that they're doing is that they're going to stay in the ports a little bit longer, and one of the nights could be overnight, which I actually think is a good concept, because and a lot of times when we go to a port, sometimes you're not in there that long and you want to stay there a little bit longer. And I think in this case, it's going to let you experience like the nightlife or something.
So we have Bob and Ashley on here.
Hey, Bob and Ashley.
Hey, Bob and Ashley. Hi, Bob and
Juan
Ashley.
Rodriguez. Chevy's in First, Adventures Ahead, the NES Evolution.
That's Josh.
Excuse me, what?
That's Josh from Adventures Ahead.
Oh, okay. And Cargo, So Tweety.
Hey.
I think I said Brian Udding. Adventures. Well, we have Adventures of David and Aaron. Disney World Adventure.
Hey.
Cruising with Wheels just came on,
Hey,
so
guys.
welcome.
Hey,
Troy
Cruising with
Chircolano.
Wheels. Hello there. Welcome.
Katie Heislop. So those are
She was on a
some of the new
cruise
ones
too.
Yes.
She was the one who did that awesome bar crawl. We had all the beads and all that.
Oh yeah. Thank you very much.
So they will be doing that on the Cruising with Wheels group cruise, and Katie's going to be running that. So they're going to have a blast on their
That
group
sounds like
cruise.
a lot of fun.
On
yeah.
whose group cruise?
Cruising with Wheels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They're going on the Encore next year, so that should be awesome.
Very cool.
So I kind of look at the prices just to see what they were, and at first I didn't realize they were either 4 or 5 nights. The prices, I mean, they will possibly change just depending on the season. For an inside cabin on the prices that they showed, it was from $1,500 to $2,950. That's for an inside cabin. The balcony, or what they call the sea terrace, is $3,150 up to $4,000.
Wow.
And then
Probably worth it.
went up. So, and I was trying to compare it to see where it would fit in with a Disney cruise. With it being a 4 or 5 nights, it's probably priced right around a Disney cruise. It might be a little bit more. It could also be a little bit less. But I guess for the unique experience, we'll see. I think they were probably going to offer a little bit more than what a normal cruise is. So it'll be interesting to see how that works with the pricing. Some of the other things I thought that was interesting, they're going to have the very first tattoo parlor on any cruise ship. So, just for you to run over there to get an anchor on wherever you want it, now you can go and
Wow.
An anchor.
Get a tattoo.
No.
So what happens?
A fake tattoo.
What happens if the ship is rocking and bad seas and they're
Oh wow.
Ships are rocking, the needles are knocking.
exactly.
That's the chance you're gonna.
Thank you.
They will have a casino on there. They have one. It's called the Redemption, and it's a spa. And I thought this was kind of cool because it's an underwater cave theme. It's going to feature a hydrotherapy pool, a mud room, a salt room, a cold plunge pool, quartz beds, and spa treatments. The tips, they do not add the tips to that. So I thought that was pretty interesting. It is 17 decks tall. It's being built in Genoa, Italy. It, again, won't be launched until 2020 when the first cruise will be sailing. It's going to have 2,750 passengers. Sorry, yeah, I was looking at the names of them, which I already did. So April through June is when those are going to be able to, the booking period, and Valentine's Day is when you're actually going to be able to do that. So I think it's going to sell out pretty quick. It's going to be pretty exciting. So I'm looking forward to it. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts on Virgin coming out with a ship, and how is it going to rate compared to other ones which have been doing this for a while?
I think it's a unique concept. I would be very interested in possibly booking, sailing on it. We're a little bit older, so like Gregory wants us to sell us, get him to go on a Carnival cruise. We kind of have the thing about a Disney cruise, because when we think of Disney, we think, okay, a lot of kids. So we're a little bit older. So not all the time, we don't want to be around a lot of kids, but we've learned through you guys that, Disney has their own private island. There are a lot of areas on a Disney ship that are for adults only. So I think it's a unique concept. And I think for an adults only cruise, that I think it'll be a big hit.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting concept. Is there any special feature that they have, like how they're doing the restaurants, that make you guys concerned or think it's a good idea?
I love the outdoor dock bar. That was unbelievable. And the suites, incredible. And the fitness center is such high tech, I could not believe it. That alone made me go on there.
I like the dock bar too. And I like the concept of eliminating the buffet. And it's just a different concept. And we like to try different things. I mean, we love Carnival. It was the first cruise company that we cruised with, but we're also open-minded into trying other ships and experiencing new venues.
You cut out eliminating the what?
Didn't catch that first part. You broke up a little bit.
The concept.
We like the concept, and we're open-minded to trying new ships and new ideas.
But yeah, the Virgin Lady seems really cool. I'd love to go on it. I would love it.
I'm really
There's no buffet.
I'm really curious to see how they do their ports. How different is it going to be? Because they promise a different cruising port experience. So that's part of cruising, is experience something different. So it sounds like you're going to be more immersed in the city life, but also that could be a little bit scary depending on where they're going. So Havana is one of them.
Yeah,
Havana.
I agree. It could be.
Yeah, I don't think Puerto Rico is Havana.
Just stay on the ship.
No, it is not.
No.
So that'll be interesting. Yeah. It looks like, Greg, we have some more people that came on that I saw.
We have more sunshine, please. Jim is on. Welcome, Jim.
Hello, Jim.
We have MG Tao just came on. Welcome.
Hey, MG.
Welcome.
And Cat Fever. Katie Heisler.
Love the cup.
I think I did say that before. And Alpha Traveler 1 just came on.
Hey,
Welcome,
Kenny.
Alpha Traveler. Kenny, Caesar K. So those are the new ones that just came on.
So what questions are they asking?
Well, I don't think they're really asking questions. They're just kind of talking with each other. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
All right. So a lot more to come out, I'm sure, with the Virgin, but some pretty exciting news from it. To me, when I saw some of the pictures of the room, I thought, my first thought was Brady Bunch. The way some design is. So I don't know how dated it's going to get, because on some of them, when you look at certain art deco stuff or whatever you want to call the design, sometimes it can quickly become kind of gaudy. But
it's funny you say that, because when I was showing the pictures to Aaron earlier, he made a comment about some of the rooms and the colors.
One looked at a candy cane. I'm like, oh hell no.
Oh, I think that was one of the restaurants that they were showing. It was.
But yeah, it's different. That's what I kind of like about it. It's something different.
But it looks like a candy cane.
The name of the design was from like, I believe they used to do it with ships in World War II to make it was camouflage, and they would add all these different things. So I can't remember. I don't know if it's called the Wake or something similar to that. But when I looked at the description, they were talking about camouflage and World War II, and they used to do like weird designs on ships to kind of break the
That makes sense.
ship or yeah. So, but eating in a room that's kind of all funky.
Yeah.
I'm like pass out or something. But all right, Greg. Any more comments before we move along?
Excuse me. Well, thank you, Jim, for doing what you just did. And excuse me, my throat. Let's see. Just Pamela's waiting for the Odyssey. I haven't heard too much about the Odyssey. Have you?
I don't know. What cruise line is that? I'm not even sure what cruise line.
Yeah, that's something. I don't want to hit something. Okay. So that's something that we could look at. George B, I think, was asking about maybe if we were on a non-Disney, and Jim said that we've been on one non-Disney cruise. I don't see. Okay, how many non-Disney cruises have you all done? Is what he asked.
We just went on the Norwegian Bliss, which we're releasing the vlogs currently for that, and we have the Norwegian Escape booked for September, and then 5 weeks later we go back to the mothership, and we go on the Disney Fantasy. So
cool.
Mentioned Rob Fuzz is on also.
Hey,
he says
Rob.
he's listening, but he's here.
Rob Fuzz.
Yeah, so we have coming up, and then we are actually looking at. We've mentioned this many times. We are going to go on a group cruise. We're going to create our own group cruise, and we are looking at possibly Norwegian now to do that. It won't be a Disney because Disney doesn't really give any special offers for
group cruises.
Yeah, and
there's a lot of good perks from Disney,
and we want to be able to
magical
share that
things
with the people who are going on the group cruise, but Disney
Let
doesn't
us know
offer.
when we'll join.
Awesome, yeah.
Thank
so
you.
we're looking. End of September is when we're looking at in 2020, but some of the ships haven't released their itineraries yet. For one is the Encore by NCL. But that, for some reason, you can book in November and December, but September and October are currently no sailings available for the Encore. So for whatever reason, they haven't announced those yet. So
Joanna Dallas, we don't really have any group cruise info yet. We're
Not
still working out the kinks and everything and going through different things. So, but we do have a travel agent friend that will actually be on here at some point to kind of go over everything, make sure everything's transparent, that everybody understands how it works, and that there's options and choices.
Correct. And we just want to make sure that we have everything. We actually talked with
7 days, yes, George B.
We talked to Kevin from Cruising with Wills today on a special chat, just asking about how they're doing their group cruise, and got some great insight information to help us in terms of how we're doing different things, because it takes a lot to do it, and we just want to really do the best that's going to be for everyone involved. We want it to be a good time, so that's kind of what's going on. So I think we've come to travel time for Greg to learn with what Carnival has to offer. So you guys,
fun with Carnival,
yes,
like fun with Carnival, like fun with flags.
And no, our Disney Adventures jumped in. Welcome, Ohana guys.
Hey guys,
welcome.
Now we don't like clowns, and Carnival. There's nothing to do with clowns on. Oh wait, I don't know. Is there any clowns restaurants or anything, or clowns that jump out at you
Dr.
when you're?
Seuss?
No, clowns.
Okay. That's right. They do have Dr. Seuss. So
You
guys,
Dr. Seuss.
Don't knock Dr. Seuss. He's fun.
Dr. Seuss is fun. We went to a Dr. Seuss breakfast.
I saw that.
Okay, just are a little weird.
Green eggs and ham.
You've been on the Carnival Conquest. That was your most recent cruise, and
That was
mostly
one of our. Well, we've been on what, five cruises, but we've been on the Carnival Inspiration like four times. And that's just because of the itinerary. It's a weekend getaway, and us living in Southern California, we can go
on drive, so we're close to there, and our work schedule permits it.
Yeah, so our work schedule allows it. But the Carnival Conquest was probably the only newest ship that we've been on. So we really haven't been on a brand new ship. We have not been on the Dream. We haven't been on any of the Vista class. Aaron is sold on the Horizon.
I want the Horizon so
he
bad.
wants to go on the Sky Ride so bad it's killing him.
I hear they're having a lot of problems, like that. Not the the Skyride isn't always available on the cruises, so I don't know if it's a mechanical issue or it can't handle certain types of weather. But
I have heard that.
I've been hearing that people are saying, "Oh, the Skyride's closed today" on some of the Facebook channels, which is a little disappointing. So I'm not sure really what's going on with that. But the Horizon is awesome.
And I've been hearing that too on some of the different YouTube videos and some of the chats. But I guess it's no different than some of the other key attractions on some of the other ships. You never know when you go on the ship and things happen and things could break down. So take it with a grain of salt and cross your fingers and hope that it's working when you're aboard the ship. Because a lot of times they say when you're going on the cruise ship, are you going on the cruise ship for the amenities on the ship, or are you going on the ship for the destination? So it just depends what you're looking for.
Sorry, my mom's calling me. Sorry, Mom.
Mom's first.
Yes, exactly. I went down through some of the information on how old the ships were. So the Inspiration was, it launched in March 22nd, 1996. So that was a very old ship. However, it was refurbished in 2007.
Correct.
And also in November, it was in dry dock November 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't know what new advances that they had done with it. It's actually a really big ship. It's got 3,450 passengers. Interestingly, only 920 crew. And I say that because the Conquest is a 2,980 passenger ship, but they have 1,150 crew members. So more people on the Inspiration, but less crew to help them. The Inspiration is a fantasy class, and it has 14 decks. The Carnival Conquest is the Conquest class. It was most recently renovated in 2009, and it has 13 decks. So we talked about how 93% of the rooms have ocean views and 86% have balconies on the Scarlet Lady for Virgin. To compare that with an older ship, and it's interesting to see how ships change over time. The Conquest, 60% have ocean views, and 37% of the rooms available have balconies. So,
but you know what I find interesting though, and I didn't hit me till later when we were on the Conquest and we did our first balcony stateroom. The last time we were on the Carnival Inspiration, we were in an interior cabin. So we were able to sneak into a balcony room and do some filming. And we put a little video up on YouTube. But when you look at the Carnival webpage, it doesn't list it as a balcony. They call it a suite. And I could be wrong, but I think that's what I saw. So, and they are limited. There's very, very limited balcony rooms on the Carnival Inspiration. But we thoroughly enjoyed the fantasy class ship. Maybe it's just because it's our first ship. Like I said, we've been on it several times. Me and Aaron know that ship like the back of our hand. It's like as soon as we get on board, we're going to the room, ditching our stuff, and we're straight on the Lido.
And there's your bar, 7th floor.
See, straight to the bar.
So what does because Carnival, their whole concept was when they first came out, they were less fancy, less stuffy, and more fun. And one of the concerns that we hear about on a short Carnival cruise, they're party ships. So people just go out and party. But I'm curious because we've never sailed on a Carnival ship before. What does the Carnival ship offer in terms of like rock climbing or miniature golf? What kind of activities are there?
We've heard it's better to do a 7-day cruise anyway because those are less party ships. So let us know if those people are wrong or not.
Well, they do have the miniature golf, and they have the rock climbing, which they do, and they have a track.
Well, no, they don't. They don't have on. Well, it depends what ship you're talking about. Right. So the Carnival Inspiration, they have the mini golf. You got to remember too, it's a lot smaller ship. They do have the spa that they offer. They have their playlist productions for their shows. They have the Guy's Fieri burger joint. They have the
ice show. They have the
ice sculptures. The bigger ships offer a lot more. So it's just, depending what you're wanting to do, where you're wanting to go. The Carnival Inspiration rotates on a 3 and 4 day schedule from Long Beach. So like on the 3-day journey, it will leave Long Beach on a Friday. So you're in Long Beach all day on a Friday. You have 1 day at sea, then you're in Ensenada, Mexico. And then Monday morning, you're back in the Port of Long Beach so you can get back to work. So then the 4-day, you will load up on the ship on Monday. You'll have 1 day at Catalina Island, a day at sea, then another day at Ensenada, and then you're back in Long Beach.
But it is not a big part of ship.
And even for the short day cruises, and we've been on it several times, the age range that we've experienced is probably 35, 40 plus. And sometimes, maybe like during spring break, you will get a lot of children. But we really didn't see that many kids. It's not a big
out of control part of ship by no means.
We've never experienced that on a Carnival cruise. Last year when we went up and we sailed on the Carnival Inspiration, it happened to be during Long Beach Gay Pride. The only problem we experienced with that was a lot of street closures, a lot of congestion and traffic. It took us a little while to get to the cruise port and get to our hotel, but you know, things happen and events come up.
Awesome. Some people that just come on, Paging Mr. Morrow, welcome guys. Appreciate you jumping on. Raphael Zingano as well as Alana have jumped on. Captain Akron 27's joined us. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate you guys joining us and learning about cruising and trying to get, I know he's also been trying to interact with people on the chat to keep it going, but trying to get this guy to be more open-minded about Carnival. So
and Jim is doing an awesome job with, you know, making sure everything with the chat is, you know, fun and positive. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
We have also Josh from NES Evolution said, "What's wrong with Carnival being a party ship?"
Oh, I answered that.
Dilly dilly. Exactly.
I was saying something. Oh, here it is. Nothing is wrong, but don't want to drink all the time and be in that surrounding all the time. So we had the unlimited drink package on the Bliss, and that, you know, for me was a lot. I drank at least one drink every day, and I'm not used to doing that. So I don't want to feel like I have to do that. But I didn't want that package, you know, to go to waste. Yeah. So
well, for us, it was free. We didn't have to even pay the tips.
Yeah.
Or so it was literally free. So if we didn't offer it, we would have, and then we wanted to buy a drink, we would have had to pay for that as well as a tip. So the pack, we were lucky to get it at a time when we didn't have to pay for anything. So whether we had 1 or 8 in one day, which we never did, it was still free for us. So that's why we went ahead and did it.
The mojitos were probably safer for me, and I can't even think now. The orange juice.
Oh, the mimosa.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it. I lost my mind. Okay.
It's all right. So go ahead, guys.
Yeah, so I just want to touch base on what Josh said. And you know, we've talked in our previous vlogs, for those who have followed our vlogs and kind of know us, you know, me and Aaron both work a lot of hours. I mean, like 16-hour days. So when we do go on vacation, a lot of times we will do the cheers package. And, you know, we'll party it up. We'll have fun. But a lot of times, too, with that cheers package, we also get our specialty coffees. Or if it's in the middle of the summer, we get our milkshakes. And a lot of those don't come with the packages that Carnival offer. So there's times that Aaron will close down the ship and I'll go to bed early because I like to get up with the camera gear. And I'm filming the sunrises. And then he comes back with a couple of these ships on a sticks. And I'm like, what'd you do now?
Had a few drinks.
And, you know, we have coffee the next morning at the specialty coffee shop, and he's telling me about his outings on the ship. So, yeah, it's just to each your own. But for us, the cheers package is very well worth it.
But keep in mind, guys, I've never mentioned the cheers package. They will cut you off. On the last cruise, I went to get a drink. They told me I had 2 more left. You only like 15 a day. I was at my limit.
But like I told Aaron too, maybe each ship is different, but they did cut him off.
They cut me off.
Oh, you had too many.
Well, proud of you for drinking 15 drinks in a day.
Yeah,
I think I
wouldn't be doing that.
That's a small amount.
Oh, we were on party mode.
Hence the fun ship.
Exactly.
So what I know Catalina is one of the ports, or the ports that I've always wanted to go to. What did you guys do there? What kind of things were set up for you?
Parasailing was a big one. I was afraid, I won't lie, but parasailing was good.
Yeah, we went parasailing.
Parasailing.
Aaron, we had never been parasailing before. Aaron was fine until he got up in the air and then he literally freaked out.
That freaked out.
But if you'll look at some of our other vlogs back from the Conquest, I'm a scuba diver and I like snorkeling. When Aaron was younger, he was attacked by a snapping turtle and ripped off the bottom of his foot. So he had to learn to walk again. He had to go through surgery. So I tried to get him used to the water, get back in the water, but it didn't happen. So I can't push that issue, but everybody has their fear factors. So one of the lessons, and it's actually funny you brought the Catalina thing up because Aaron said that we should do a video about when you do your shore excursions, read the details, and because everybody has different fear factors. So after Aaron was actually up in the air, the company that we did the parasailing with did photos for us. And these photos are priceless.
But back to Catalina, the only thing really, parasailing was one. You can do
snorkeling, scuba diving, boogie shopping, boogie boarding. There's a lot of, they have a zip line adventure that you can do there.
There's lots to do there. It's fun.
So it's fun getaway.
And the food is unbelievable.
Joanna Ballas was asking how much is for the cheer package.
It's $51.95 per.
I think it's around 51.
For a 3-day cruise, it's about $400 for the cheers package.
So
that's
just like
bad.
So just like every cruise line, it's for every person in that room gets that package.
Correct.
It's not per
But then again, you know, we
paid $400 for 3 days, and that's for both of us. Not bad.
That's not bad. No.
Not bad. And you're also allowed to bring one bottle of wine, each of you on board.
Yes. And we can bring a 12-pack of soda also
and
with
water.
us. No water.
Oh, no water, soda.
All right. So what else is included? Because with Carnival being a less expensive cruise, what is included in the cruise? Like, for example, are sodas included in it? What is included in what you have to pay extra?
You get your lemonade, your water, tea, not bottled water, coffee. The specialty coffee shop is not included. Your entertainment is included.
Yeah, all the shows.
The buffet. The Carnival Inspiration really doesn't have a specialty restaurant aboard this particular ship because it's an older ship. But I believe I've been told, I haven't researched it totally 100% yet, but out of the dry dock this past November, I think they added extra fee type restaurant, some type of a sushi bar. So that's going to be something the next time we go on the Inspiration.
And then the past room service was included, but now they're kind of...
Yeah, they're kind of doing different things with the room service right now.
That used to be free. Now they're trying to charge you.
And do you feel like some cruise companies, they feel like they're nickel and diming you? Do you feel like, what is your perception of Carnival?
We've been treated very well, actually. We've had some bad experiences, but they've always rectified the issues right away and refunded us and gave us another tour, so to speak. And elaborate.
I think any cruise ship, they're going to nickel dime you. You know, they're all out there to make money, and that's the reason they're in business. Now, as far as what Aaron was saying, we had 2 experiences with Carnival. One was our very first cruise that we went on. I wanted to surprise Aaron with the chef's table experience. And something happening at the last minute, they canceled. They came out to us at dinner and said, due to lack of participation, we were totally refunded. But then the chef came out to us and said, hey, we would like to invite you tomorrow night this time. They took me and Aaron and another couple. Behind the scenes, they gave us a kitchen tour. They did a food tasting. They gave us some wine tasting. And they didn't have to do that. That was just totally to say, hey, we're sorry, guys. The other experience we had was
in Half Moon Cay.
Half Moon Cay, we had rented a cabana. And prior to going to the cabana, me and Aaron did a stingray adventure. When we got to the cabana,
half the food was gone.
The cabana came with like a vegetable and fruit platter and some drinks. When we got to the cabana, someone visited the cabana before we got there. And so they rectified that. They took care of it. And they always have. We've never, and I'm not going to knock them because things happen. It can be any cruise line. So I'm very happy with Carnival.
But as far as the cabana goes on a private beach, I would be very careful. There's no lockers. There's no securing your money, your wallet. So
yeah, so
within
anytime you go anywhere on an island, you always got to remember to
be careful,
protect your belongings. And which brings up a good tip because here about a couple months ago, Josh from Adventures Ahead sent me a little video clip of a video they did, and they found this. It's kind of like a portable locker that you can take with you on your shore excursions, and it has kind of like a lock, bike lock concept with a combination lock. I'm pretty sure it was, and you can lock it to your chair or around a post. So that's something kind of unique to have when you're on your cruise excursions. If you need to, throw it around a wood fence or something in your cabana.
They were saying that, well, we'll go into a little bit about what Carnival is doing for the future, which is really the exciting thing why I'm interested in going on Carnival. But MG Tal said the main dining room is great on those ships. Best Carnival food I've had. If you go on a ship with a steakhouse, you have to try the steakhouse. So what are your guys' thoughts on it? Also another one, Michelle Phillips. GG is my favorite non-steakhouse specialty restaurant, though.
The steakhouse was unbelievable.
Okay, so for our first steakhouse experience, it was on the Carnival Conquest. Yeah, it was phenomenal. We enjoyed it.
Unbelievable.
It was unbelievable. The presentation was good. The customer service was great. Even after dinner, the dessert presentation, if you remember, it was like an art show. Yeah. The things that they did. For a restaurant that we paid extra for was the Seafood Shack.
And that was well worth it.
On the Carnival Conquest. Awesome. We thoroughly enjoyed it.
What was it called? The seafood what?
Seafood Shack. Seafood restaurant. Not all ships have them.
That's something that I would like to do because I love seafood.
Yeah.
You would love it.
You would love it. We enjoyed it.
We'll go together.
And I know some of the Carnival ships, I'm not sure what ships they're on. I think they have restaurants called Fish and Chips. But usually that's the only time that we really indulge in a lot of seafood when we go on our cruises.
Yeah, I'm not too much into steak. It's just hard for me to chew sometimes. Right. I guess depending on how it's cooked. And then if there's a lot of fat on it, once I cut most of the fat off, there's like hardly anything left to eat.
Right, exactly.
Sorry, I was just responding to something on here.
And the difference too, between the 3 and 4 days, like we've only been on the 1 5 day. So each journey of cruises, they offer different things throughout Carnival. On the Carnival Inspiration, we never experienced the balloon drop, where they do a balloon drop on the last night of the Carnival Conquest.
You push it inside the balloon, they take a prize at the
right.
end, drop the
or on some of the journeys, or some of the 5 or 6 or 7 day cruises on Carnival, they have tea time where you get to go to the main dining room and they have tea and you get to sample all these different sandwiches and desserts. We have not experienced that yet.
That would be something that we would want to do.
Or the other thing that they do too, if you're a big chocolate lover, they have something called Chocolate Extravaganza, which is pretty amazing if you like chocolate.
Yeah.
2 more reasons for me. The last 2 things you said, I want to go.
Okay, so for the big thing for me on the Carnival Horizon is gelato. They now have I believe they have a gelato and cotton candy bar, and I like gelato. So.
And Aaron likes cotton candy.
No.
I
do not eat sweets.
No, he doesn't really eat that many sweets.
I do not like sweets.
Well, I like the seafood. I like the tea time thing, and I like the chocolate. I like vodka too.
George B says, "Love Carnival." George B said he loves the Carnival main dining room. My group eats breakfast there and dinner every day. We rarely do upcharging.
It's a great buffet. It really is.
Yeah. Well, usually when we're on the cruises, we always eat in the main dining room. I don't think we've ever had dinner in the buffet.
We have not, no.
And they always have, Carnival is known for their C-Day brunch. They have an awesome C-Day brunch. So we always usually do C-Day brunch.
I think you'd really enjoy it, Gregory. You really should try it sometime. You really should.
I think if we tried it, I'd probably want to do a newer ship.
I
So
agree.
we'll
What
get
do you guys think about the Mardi Gras ship that's coming out with the roller coaster?
well, we'll go. I actually wrote down the next couple of ships that they have.
I like roller coasters. That's kind of freaky though, going on a ship.
I don't know if I would do it, Greg. I'm kind of scared about the roller coaster on the cruise ship. If it goes off track, you're in the ocean. You're gone.
Michelle Phillips asked if you guys had done a Dream Class ship yet, but you haven't yet. You've done.
We have not yet.
No, we want to.
And then we also had Cat Rose. I think we said hello early. If not, welcome, Cat Rose. And also Noah, the Disney World fan 1-6. So thank you guys for joining us.
I think a newer ship would be better because it's not broken into yet, and they're still trying to, get a feel for everything. So I don't think it'll be too much of a party ship at that point. So maybe go on something like that before the word's really out and more people start. Well,
the newest one that just came out is the Horizon. That has 3,960 passengers. That was just sailed in 2018. They did have one issue with that ship because that's the one that crashed into, I believe it was New York City, or maybe it was New Jersey, when it crashed into the port, the dock. So that was a good start. And I think something else happened to it a little bit later. But
I thought when it first came out, they had a slight issue with it in Europe somewhere when it sailed out of Barcelona.
Yeah.
That's starting to go down more on my
this year. So that's a Vista ship. They're also coming out with a new Vista ship, which I think, because we're both California guys here, or all of us are California guys. Right. The Panorama, which is due to sail out of Los Angeles or Long Beach, West Coast. That's going to sell out in 2019. And we actually saw the conceptual art, the conceptual video of it. And that looks really impressive. The sushi place that you talked about is going to be on that. A lot of the cool functions of it. I thought it was an amazing looking ship. So that's one of the high choices that I'm thinking of is the Panorama.
Yeah, also, we're definitely going to sail on the Panorama. We did our first Caribbean excursion last year, and because I'm a scuba diver, maybe I got hooked. But diving at Grand Turks and Caicos was phenomenal, and words cannot even describe it.
That's one thing that I've always said I wanted to try with scuba diving. We've done snorkeling and I loved it. So scuba diving, I think you have to be certified for.
Yes,
so
you have to be certified.
Yeah, it would take a while.
Derick, you're afraid of sharks, right?
Sharks.
Phobia of sharks.
Sharks, clowns, and bridges. Those are my three.
See, Aaron doesn't like turtles.
I love turtles, but I can see why he doesn't.
We also had Mary Ellen Shaw join us, so welcome. Thank you for joining us. Another one that's coming out this year it's from the Sunshine class. It's going to be called the Sunrise. It's 2,984. Right. And then another ship out of that class is coming out in 2020, and that is the Radiance. So two coming out of the Radiance. But the one that you guys had mentioned, which is a lot newer ship, it's Carnival's mega ship. It's the Mardi Gras, which it's renamed after their very first ship that they ever had. And it's kind of a sign that things are starting over for them. It's a LNG ship gas powered. So it's a liquid natural gas, kind of like what the newer Disney ships are. It is, it has the first ever roller coaster on it. There's different, what they call them, 6 themes, lands, zones in it. This is the Mardi Gras. But it's 5,282 passengers is going to be on the Mardi Gras. What I think is unique, it's the first Carnival cruise that is not white. It's got a blue hull on it. And I think, to me, I don't like plain looking ships. And when I saw the Mardi Gras, I thought that looked really cool. So I'm very interested in also learning more about the Mardi Gras, because I think that would be an amazing ship to go on.
So Alana said, I think you should get each other to scuba dive and go on a Carnival ship, 50-50 compromise.
Alana. Little Oz Laurel joined us too. Welcome.
So Derick, I just wanted to
Rob Souter joined us. We're getting a lot of people going. Sorry.
So quick on when we were talking about the dining package.
Yes.
I believe I saw it. I believe Tony from Lolita Loca gave some good information about it. One of the things that I read, I believe he talked about it in one of his videos, was that on this dining package that Carnival's rolling out, they're doing like a trial run. And I think they're issuing vouchers. So in order to get those vouchers, what you have to do is you have to Facebook or get a hold of John Heald, who is Carnival's brand ambassador. And they're issuing out those vouchers so you can experience those dining restaurants on those different ships.
Is it what? So is it more for like the specialty restaurants, or what? What is it? What's the?
Well, no, I'm just talking in general. The dining package that Carnival is rolling out, that new package, they're starting it with vouchers, from what I have learned, thus reading through Carnival and through YouTube, other cruise vloggers. And I guess it's kind of like a trial basis. So in order to get those vouchers, you have to go send a message to John Heald over at Carnival, and then he will get you the vouchers. And I believe the vouchers are still non-refundable. You still have to make your reservations for those dinners. But it gives you that little bit of a discount. I think, what was it? Like an $8 savings.
Awesome. Very good. And we also had Deborah Blankenship join us, so welcome. And I don't know if you heard Rob Souter joined us, and little Oz Laurel joined us all the way from Australia. So thank you, everyone. Yeah, thank you for joining us, guys. We appreciate everything, all the watches that you guys have done. So, Greg, do you feel a little bit more informed in terms of Carnival?
The Mardi Gras one sounds fun. So if we went on a Carnival, I'd probably say that one. And the fact of that there's a roller coaster, so that would probably be fun. I don't think that it would go upside down. Yeah, I don't think it would go upside down on a ship, but
no.
You know, it would still probably go out over the ocean.
I'm kind of wondering, are they going to allow people to wear the headgear or chest gear for GoPros? I kind of have a feeling that they're probably going to say no to that. I do believe
you can put on your wrist.
There you go. There you go. I do believe on the Skyride they do allow people to record, as long as it's a chest or headgear attached, with your GoPro.
We had Joanna Bellis. Thank you for joining us. Someone also said something that I was going to mention, and now I can't. Paul Wilgus was saying the new dining package with Carnival only saves you $8. It's more of a teaser. So we'll see. I think they'll adjust it more of. Sometimes I think just by saying the name dining package, I think it interests people to buy into it, even though it might not be that much of a savings for them. But
something else I thought of too. With Carnival Cruise Lines, and I just actually noticed Princess Cruise Lines, which is parent company, with Carnival. If you go to your local grocery stores or like Walmart, Carnival offers gift cards. So a lot of times throughout the year, if we know we're going on a cruise, we'll invest in gift cards. Then that way, prior to getting on the cruise, we'll have X amount of a little bankroll saved up that we know we can spend and splurge on. I don't know of any other cruise lines that offer the gift cards to be able to use on shore excursions or specialty restaurants, or you can also use it to book your cruise.
I haven't found any either.
And we just actually noticed that Princess Cruise Line is now doing that.
Awesome. All right, Greg, anything else? You guys, anything that you can add to persuade Greg to be more open about it?
Be open-minded. Find a destination, find a fun ship, look what it has on it. The newer ships, we know we have the Horizon and the Vista class. They have the IMAX theater. What else do they have?
They have the outdoor movies.
Yeah, they do the find a ship.
Popcorn night on the last ship we went on.
Green eggs and ham.
Yeah,
definitely do green eggs and ham.
It was fun, actually.
Experience it just once.
Like being a child again.
And what's really funny, when we went, we thought we were going to be the only adults there.
And we weren't.
The adult age was from age 30 all the way up to age 70.
It was crazy.
Oh, wow.
It was fun.
That's awesome. All right. Well, a little bit about as we get ready to wrap up here. You guys, what's going on next with your channel? And then if you guys want to give a little bit of a farewell.
We
have some surprises coming up.
We're getting ready to do our cruise itinerary for this year. For our next couple cruises coming up, we have a couple weekend getaway trips. We just recently went on Instagram. A lot of people get on us because we're not on Facebook, we're not on Instagram. Well, we went to Twitter, now we're on Instagram. So I don't know, maybe Facebook might be next.
It's always a surprise.
It's always a surprise.
People love surprises.
And
so
I always have something up my sleeve for this one here, and I won't tell him. I'm just like, put in the dates for time off, we're going.
Oh, I was like, nothing. I'm like, what are you up to? Nothing.
So
his next show's going to say nothing.
All right. So, Greg, what do we have coming on with next? Do you know?
Where are you guys going?
Well, September we have the cruise for the Norwegian Escape.
And very cool.
We have D23 coming up in August.
Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna try to do a day of that, and then a couple days in the parks. And then also the cruise in November, Disney cruise. So that's really exciting.
We are just at the very beginning. In fact, the next video is this last part of the embarkation day that we're doing. So we still have a lot of videos that we're going to be releasing from the Norwegian Bliss. And as I was looking at the video, what I filmed, day 2, I don't know what we were doing on day 2 because I must have been having a whole lot of fun with the group because we didn't film a whole lot on it. So we're going to have to come up with something funny for that
video. Premiere video.
For a short video of like maybe 3 minutes.
Oh.
No, it's not that short.
No.
So I was looking at, I'm thinking, I'm already trying to think, okay, what can we do to add more excitement to this video? Because I think, I don't even, whatever I filmed, it wasn't that much because we were doing a lot with the group that day. But those are coming up. We're having fun with that.
So, announcement for David and Aaron. George B said, thanks at D&G Explorers for introducing us to more cruisers. Just subscribe to David and Aaron.
Oh, you're welcome.
So you guys got a new subscriber. Awesome.
Thank you.
Yay,
and that's our whole concept of this. You guys, we want to, we really want to help different channels. We want to build the relationships with them. Other channels have reached out to us and helped us. We want to be the same kind of community. We want to build it. And it's all about exposure and getting your name out there and a face to the name. So our goal is to, we're still going to be doing shows by ourselves, but we've reached out to a lot of people already about going forward and doing live shows. And that's the main thing, just having fun, getting to know us, and learning a little bit more about something you might not be familiar with. And we have as many Disney fans on here as we do as cruising fans. So it's exciting to see.
So Derek, you made me think of something that I wanted to share.
And you guys are great.
The other thing that I wanted to share was that Carnival also has a special program. And this program is actually becoming near and dear to our hearts even more and more now. They are in partnership with an organization called St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, which helps, as you know, with children that have cancer. Last May, we took a friend of ours, our best friend with us, we took him on his first Carnival cruise.
And if you watch our videos, you'll see him in the Green Eggs and Ham video.
So 30 days after we came off that cruise, he was diagnosed with leukemia. And he passed away 5 days before Christmas. During the time that we were doing our Vlogmas series of every day doing a video for Vlogmas, and me and Aaron were talking the other night, and we said, there's no reason that every time we go on a cruise, they do a thing called Groove for St. Jude, usually on a sea day, and they will sell these shirts that Aaron's wearing. I don't know if you can see it there. Stand up a little bit so they can see the shirt. And it's a $10 donation, and it goes to the Children's Research Hospital. And we're proud that, Carnival takes the time to help give money towards the research for children's cancer. Even though our friend was older and he was diagnosed with a very rare case of cancer, I mean, it happened so quick.
He only lasted 7 months.
7 months to 6 months. And we're glad that we were able to take him on a Carnival cruise with us. And so that's one thing that we like about Carnival. And if you can save your money all year long and go on a cruise, or, we all blow money on things. And me and Aaron have agreed that every time we will donate $10 to Carnival because we know it's going to St. Jude Children's Research. And regardless if we take the shirt or not, we're going to donate it. What was really funny about this, when he was on the cruise with us last May, he bought 3 shirts. He bought one for himself, not Aaron, but our friend that passed. And he bought a shirt for his mom and his aunt, not even knowing that he was going to be diagnosed with leukemia and passed away. So I just wanted to bring that up.
It's an awesome story.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah. And we want to say about you guys, you have been a huge supporter of our channel, and how you guys run your channel, we believe the same way. We support each other. We believe in reaching out to others, leaving good positive comments on them, watching the channels, because that's how we feel, we would like on our channel. And you guys are growing. We're seeing you guys get more subscribers. And I truly believe the same model that we've done to grow our channel, you guys are doing the same thing. You guys are great people, and that's awesome. We are so happy to have you on our show. We had a lot of fun tonight doing it. So, and it's good just getting a chance to get to know more of each other. So we really appreciate you guys coming on tonight. It was fun. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys, for having us. I really appreciate it.
So all the information you gave, we'll see.
Yes.
You'll go on Carnival, trust me, Gregory.
All right, you guys.
Drag you there myself, you'll go on there.
Our next guest coming up soon is also a Carnival, pro Carnival. So we're really trying to work Greg over. He got the boxing gloves out to beat Carnival into his head. But we won't say who it is yet because we want to make sure we actually are able to make it work out. But thank you, everyone. We appreciate you joining us. I think that's about it. And as we like to end our shows,
everybody watching, give these guys a thumbs up.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
And as Walt Disney says, we are just getting started.
We are just getting started.
Bye, guys. Good night, guys.